Yeah, everyone is still talking about the performance that young lady gave at the inauguration, and it showed the nation that there really is a space for poets to thrive and excel in their craft, including one big opportunity that's now up for grabs right here in Clark County.
Being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it.
It's a performance that left our country in awe. 22-year-old Amanda Gorman became the youngest poet to perform at an inauguration.
For there is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Now Clark County is putting out the call for local poets to step up and apply to become the Clark County Poet Laureate. Irma Varela is the cultural program supervisor who oversees the selection process.
I feel that poets have such an important role in our community because through them, a lot of the feelings of the community are expressed.
The winner will hold the title for 2 years, receive an annual stipend of $7,500, and be given opportunities within the community to teach and also connect with other poets.
The main things we're looking for is a vision for poetry and to take it out in the community and expand it. So normally the poets that have participated in the past have brought a project or an idea.
I will celebrate you in your own skin, ashy, powder-dusted, textured, fragile skin.
Vogue Robinson is the former Poet Laureate for Clark County. She held the title from 2017 to 2019.
Overall, I was able to meet more writers, help more people get published, work with students in the classrooms all throughout Clark County. I was up in Carson City multiple times, so I really got a better feel for Nevada as a state.
She says holding the position was enjoyable, and now she has this message for any local poets who are thinking about applying for the role in 2021.
Really helping to make poetry accessible is the role and the importance of being the Poet Laureate, and then showing other people that it's something that they can do, degree or no degree.
Well, Marie, that's because experts say more regulation for social media sites could be implemented. Parler has been criticized for its lack of monitoring violent far-right speech on its platform.
This is the letter written by U.S. Oversight Committee Chairwoman Carolyn Maloney, asking the FBI to investigate social media platform Parler and the role it may have played in the January 6th Capitol attack. The letter cites examples and notes the platform may have acted as a potential facilitator of planning and incitement related to the attacks and how key evidence from the riots may be hosted on its site. Chairwoman Maloney also has questions on financial ties to Russia, citing its CEO John Mate's wife is Russian and whose family reportedly has ties to the Russian government. Maloney also writes the committee will be conducting an investigation into Parler on its own. The outcome possibly having lasting implications, says UNLV historian Michael Green.
I think we're going to be looking at more regulation, frankly. Whether it'll pass is another matter. And if it does pass, it's probably going into the courts. This could go in a number of directions legally and politically.
State business license documents show Parler is headquartered in Henderson, although the listed HQ address doesn't take you to a building, but rather a postnet center advertising private mailboxes. News 3 reached out repeatedly to Mates via multiple means of communication over the course of 3 weeks. We still haven't heard back. But Green says investigations with Parler will likely fuel discussions or litigation in the months and years to come.
This has been an evolving issue just as the technology has evolved. Let's just say we've only just begun.
Plan, which is 198 pages long, details a national strategy we haven't seen since the pandemic hit in early 2020. Nevadans are hopeful the plan will help in the fight against COVID.
It was worth it. I don't have any pain in my arm.
CCSD elementary school teacher Stephanie Zemansky got her first shot of the Pfizer vaccine at UNLV on Thursday.
I feel great, and I'm very happy that I got it today.
The same day, President Joe Biden rolled out a plan to tackle the virus that has killed more than 400,000 Americans.
Our national plan launches a full-scale wartime effort to address the supply shortages by ramping up production and protective equipment, syringes, needles, you name it.
When it comes to his goal to administer 100 million shots in his first 100 days, UNLV's School of Medicine says it's doable.
I think that it's possible. Again, you have to increase production. You have to increase distribution.
To do that, Biden is invoking the Defense Production Act to fill supply shortfalls for vaccination supplies, testing supplies, and PPE.
Having the production of more of those syringes by implementing the Defense Production Act is really going to help us in order to stretch the very small supply that we have right now.
This is especially important in Nevada, where as of Thursday, CDC figures show we are second to last among U.S. states when it comes to COVID doses distributed per 100,000 people.
We can only vaccinate as many people as we have vaccine. We actually got less than what the federal government initially told us that we were going to get as a state.
The UNLV site is already surpassing its target 1,000 shots a day, and they're hoping other sites can do the same.
We need to be able to offer vaccines after hours. I think we need to be able to offer vaccinations on weekends. I think that we need to enlist a volunteer force.
I hope that as many people can get vaccinated as soon as they want to.
Nevada's total COVID-19 caseload remains high, but according to task force members, we are starting to see a slight decline in southern Nevada with a fairly significant drop in northern Nevada. Also, the anticipated spike from holiday gatherings isn't turning out to be as bad as expected.
We have some stability, potentially even a little bit of decline, but we're still at a really high rate. And so definitely not out of the woods.
State biostatistician Kyra Morgan summing up the latest COVID-19 case numbers in Nevada. Still not good, but better.
We're down to just under 1,500 daily new cases over the last 14 days. When we gave this presentation last week, we were over 1,700 daily new cases on average. So again, just a little bit of relief there.
Relief as well for hospitals, according to Dr. Chris Lake with the Nevada Hospital Association, with just over 1,500 Nevadans hospitalized with COVID.
That is down from our high in late December of above 2,100. 371 people are currently in the ICU as of today. That's down from our high of 460, also late December.
And with those Christmas and New Year's gatherings 3 to 4 weeks removed, predictions of a big spike in new cases are mostly unfounded.
I'm pretty confident we've seen the full impact of Christmas at this point. It's likely that we're still going to see New Year's Eve cases present, probably through the end of the month. My best guess is that we're actually going to continue to see those trends start declining in the future.
The task force says it's also analyzing any changes in federal funding that might occur in the transition from the Trump to Biden administrations.
Taking a look at, what areas the funding is coming in and, what types of funding that provides. And then, of course, how that relates to the Coronavirus Relief Fund, which has been extended. Into that, we are analyzing, and we should be able to determine that shortly.
The task force says it will keep very close tabs on the vaccine rollout, but according to one of the experts on the panel, it will take a significant number of vaccinations to achieve that all-important herd immunity.